Welcome. This is Ronnie Mack. Welcome to the Local Grind, live from downtown beautiful Grand Rapids,
of course,
Michigan. To my left, as always,
Uncle Pat.
Uncle Pat. Today we have
In the studio, the awesome Deadeye Zack. How we doing? There's Zack. Finally dragged you in here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so psyched.
We are very excited to have Zack here. He is a huge part of the Grand Rapids music scene.
Too kind.
And a jewel. I mean, I believe we have several jewels, and I think you are one of them, just in the crown. I think what you do is awesome. It's unique, and I can't wait to dig in and see what you're all about today.
All right, well, let's get at it.
Let's start with the name. I usually do. It's something people are going to want to know. I mean, the word you can't see right now, but he doesn't have a patch or a wonky eye. You know, he's not looking at both me and Pat at the same time.
Nope, my eyesight's fine, but the name, it came. I started doing a solo act. I originally was in Circus Pig and started doing open mics and getting shows from doing. Circus Pig was a blast.
We'll talk about them.
Yeah, but started doing solo stuff and started getting shows for it, and I was like, I can't go as Zack Goaty. That's not a good name. And as a kid, but took a family photo, like Western style, you know, with bottles of Jacks and guns.
Oh, right, at an amusement park.
Yeah, it was up north somewhere, and my grandpa made this awesome frame for it, and said "Wanted, Dead or Alive." Diamond Nick, which is my brother, and then Deadeye Zack.
Nice.
And so,
how fun!
It's just best name I've been called. Usually, people call me ruder things than that. So
that is awesome. That's a great story. That's and you ran with it.
Oh yeah.
So awesome that you just kind of segued into where you kind of came from. Obviously, you are you're known around town as mainly a solo act.
Yep.
You do on occasion jump in with friends and have friends jump in with you. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, played with Brother Adams not too long ago. Did a few of my songs with them at Camp H. That was a blast.
I did hear about that. Was disappointed I didn't make it down. So tell us a little bit about pre-Deadeye Zack.
Right before I started doing my solo stuff, I was in Circus Pig.
Which I only had the pleasure of seeing once at the lovely Dirty Bird, and it was a spectacle. I was at that show.
I
didn't
fantastic.
I didn't know what I was walking into.
Ringleaders, it's insane. It's a fun time, but I was in that for like 6 years, and originally when I started playing, I was playing a junk set. Like I was behind drums and like trash cans and propane tanks and. Yes. But eventually, that band like grew and shrunk in members all the time. It was crazy but fun.
I could see that night. I could see it could be a very revolving door of freaks and fun seekers.
I mean, we'd pretty much let anybody in the band if they just wanted to roam around and wear a costume and shoot people with fake guns. You're in the band.
Parts. There was a dude walking around with like a megaphone. Kind of thing, or whatever, some kind of
Giovanni,
CD
thing.
He's just marching around singing along with the band, but walking through the whole bar.
It was a beautiful spectacle.
Oh yeah.
No, do they exist anymore?
They're working on some recordings. Last I heard, I mean, I still keep in contact with a few of the members and stuff. But Brandon, Stick the Pig, he's the trumpet player, and they've been working on some recordings and hopefully going to do some shows here soon. I'd love to see him again.
100%. That was. A great surprise that evening.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's talk about Zack. Let's talk about Deadeye Zack and what you do. You pretty much came up through the open mic scene, right? I mean,
yeah, I kind of accidentally stumbled upon that. Used to live on Fulton Street, right by Art Gallery that Patty ran. and they did open mics there randomly. And I was out on my front porch drinking a beer, heard music going down, so I walked 3 houses down to where it was happening and met Sam Kenny, who does a bunch of open mics around here.
Yes.
And just started hanging out with all those guys, meeting the open mic family, and just kind of growing as a solo act, finding my little niche. And Sam really helped me out.
Sam Kenny, a running theme.
He seems to have helped out every local
on the show.
So talented and awesome and friendly. I mean,
there's nobody better, and I actually cannot wait to get Sam and Emma on here. That will be a good day.
They're an interesting couple.
Yeah.
For sure.
No, they're incredibly musicians.
So talented, charming.
I mean, and they've helped and they've nurtured so many people. I mean, Joe, our first guest, he sings their praise, and and then it's great seeing Joe take over and move. Kind of step up,
and start helping other bands out,
start helping doing the same things, and so let's talk about let's talk about Camp H a little bit. Are you involved, or are you just really well connected there? Because you seem to show up there a lot. You know?
I mean, at the
and
beginning,
it's an awesome fucking venue.
Awesome. It's like killer. I mean, it started off Sunday Fun Day matinees, moved there, and I was doing poster work for them.
Right, which you're probably staring at a ton of them right behind me. It's
a bunch of them.
That is let's talk about that a little bit. Let's that's kind of where I was going. Your association with them, and it is your art. Another side of you.
Pretty
people
much.
May not know.
Make quite a bit of merch for people for a while now. You make patches.
Yeah, if I'm a screen printer, an artist and stuff. I mean, I used to try to make pieces and do art shows back in the day, but I couldn't give that stuff away. So I started making patches and literally throwing them at people. It's like, take my stuff. So
that has been what comes with you. I mean, you're notorious for just giving your shit away. I mean, you're hey, there's a table. If you like it, take it.
I grab all this stuff, and I'm like, ooh, t-shirt.
I mean,
awesome.
People make the effort to come out, and when they have to paying the cover, it's not free to come to shows usually. So the fact that people make it, I appreciate it, and if they like my stuff, take it. I mean,
that's a beautiful sentiment. And it comes back tenfold, people appreciate that right back. And
I mean, I do have a little donation bucket, so I do get a little bit of money sometimes, and that gets me drunk for the rest of the night. So,
and that's all we can ask.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going on with you? Have a lot online. You to Bandcamp.
Bandcamp, I have, pretty much every song I've written's on there except one, which I wrote like a few months ago, and it just hasn't had a chance to record it. But recently put up some live recordings from Dodd's Record Shop. Joe's working on a live DVD, and so I did a little special guest set on that. So there's a little 4-track album I just put up there. A few months back, I put out my second full-length album, which I recorded with Ryan Cunningham of Antilogical. He did my first 2 CDs, and it's awesome working with that guy. But it's all just acoustic. The second album has some banjo on it, which I've been meaning to play more and more, but I keep on forgetting to bring it out to shows. But a nice little tenor banjo.
So, I would love to see some Dead-Eye Zack on some banjo. Man, that would crush it.
I need to start bringing it back out. I need to.
Well, let's talk about your style a little bit. You are essentially. I mean, you're a one-man wrecking machine. You just roll out there. You are not afraid. You put your heart on your sleeve, and you sing. You sing about you. You sing. Sing about what you know.
Yeah, which is drug abuse, depression, maybe smoking a little. and
that's what attracts a lot of people. I mean,
there's honesty to it.
You're complete honesty. Yeah. I mean, I believe the song is "No Drugs" is one of my one of my favorites.
It used to be my grandma's favorite. Then I think she realized it was about me being too poor to buy the drugs. She was like, "Oh, I really just love that No Drugs song."
Yes,
but
it's got such a great message, Zachy.
Yeah.
She doesn't call you Zachy, does she?
No, she doesn't.
Okay, I'm sorry. So that's but you do you wear it, you sing about it, and you've lived it. I mean,
music's just like a huge release for me. It's I don't know, it's something else to get up and perform songs in front of people. It's I don't know, usually I'm a pretty lazy, laid back guy, awkward and twitching, but getting up on stage, it really, I don't know, way to voice yourself. It's fun.
It's okay. Has Dead Eye Zack enabled you to tour?
A little bit. I mean, I haven't really gone on tour, but I've gone out of state for shows and stuff. I played Muddy Roots down in Tennessee.
Awesome. I do remember that. I do remember you. I did see footage of that, and it looked like you had a great response.
No, it was awesome. I got to open up that whole festival, which was an insane honor, and then a lot of people were there, and I mean, I spent a few hours afterwards signing tidy whities I screen printed and like taking photos. It was so ridiculous.
How fun!
Yeah,
what a great experience.
A few weeks back, I was in Chicago for the Scarbox Guitar Music Festival, which that was fun. AJ Gunther and Mikey Classic was out there. Lude Shields. I mean, it was a lot of cool people, a lot of homemade guitars, and saw a guy playing an Altoids can with a plunger stick and one string, and the dude had a voice like Geddy Lee. It was godlike. It was beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to respond to that. An Altoids one-string Geddy Lee voice.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Do you remember the name? I gotta find.
I can't remember.
Find this guy.
Was he doing like a set, or was he just standing there jamming?
Oh, I mean, he had a bunch of different guitars he was playing. That was just one he used for like 2 songs. It was just this one string. Yeah.
How fun.
Yeah.
How did you get started playing music?
How
old were you? What really? When'd you stop and go, I want to do that?
I mean,
was it a musical household you were raised in?
I mean, my mom always
know.
played music, like just jammed it all the time. I mean,
but what was she killing?
Oh, I mean, a lot of old school Chili Peppers, Jane's Addiction, like Butthole Surfers.
It's so crazy. I forget. How old are you, Zach?
I'm 26 right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's so awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I'm waiting for it was Seals and Croft and or some obscure '70s shit. Chili Peppers and Jane's Addiction. That's your household.
Oh yeah.
That's too bad.
What a horrible abusive upbringing.
Oh yeah.
Are you kidding me? That's effing awesome.
Yeah, no, it was definitely
2
definitely
in a
good
row.
music.
Jane's Addiction mentions. I'm a Jane's Addiction freak. I love the band. Seen them a million times. So when they get brought up, the It of Christ, we're like, we're huge Jane's fans.
Yeah.
But so that was your household. So that's fun. I mean, you were raised on some sweet music.
Yeah.
But when did you actually start playing?
I had like a keyboard I'd dink around with when I was like 11 or 12, but I never really learned how to play it. And then my brother was playing guitar for like about a year. And then when I was 13, we were at a guitar shop. He was checking out this PVXP, like, metal guitar, like Floyd Rose tuning and double humbuckers. It was a nasty thing. And my dad was like, let me hang that back up on the wall for you so it won't fall. And, of course, he hung it up, and it was rocking, and it fell and got a chip out of it. And so my dad had to buy it. And then, so my dad was like, my dad's like, hey, you want to learn guitar?
Yeah.
And that's how I got my first guitar. And that's when my brother started playing bass. He switched from guitar. But around 13,
your brother
I started.
Probably didn't want to touch another guitar.
Yeah,
after that look.
He still strums around a little bit, but yeah, he's now a bass player for sure. But since then, I just started playing a lot of. I mean, obviously, I had a metal guitar, so I was playing metal and funk pretty much. I was still really into the Chili Peppers, so.
And still to this day, no shame in that game.
Yeah, no, I mean, as long as it's before 2000. Chili Peppers.
Heard up. Give me that, what's the third record? with? Oh, I'm horrible right now.
Mother's Milk, is it?
No. Before Mother's Milk. What's the
Is it
one with
Uplift?
Uplift?
Mofo?
Yes, Uplift Mofo Party Plan.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's my favorite. You know that one with that one guy on it? You know, that's my favorite one. So awesome. So you've been playing for a while now. I mean, what? All right. This is always my favorite question. You were raised in a like obviously super cool. I mean, musically wise, your mom was pretty dope.
Yeah.
What's your guilty pleasure? What's something that somebody'd be real surprised?
I mean,
we're real surprised that I mean, not that you're ashamed of it, but I mean, because I'm not ashamed of any of my guilty pleasures by no means. I mean,
yeah, no, it's hard. I like a broad,
and we all do. I mean,
music,
and that's a beautiful thing. I mean, you can tell that comes out in your music. I mean, I don't. I mean, I'm sure you get Tom Waits comparisons.
Oh yeah.
Every
day.
Which
I love Tom Waits.
No, 100%. We all do, and I could see there was a little bit of an eye roll there, So, which and I fought with myself. I'm like, do I even drop that? But there's a ton of more than just that. There, I mean, there's. I've been listening to a lot of your stuff online the last few days, and you pull from a lot of directions.
Yeah.
I mean, and classic. I mean, funny that there was. I know this is a weird comparison, but Larry and his Flask.
Oh, love them. Yeah.
Love those cats.
Oh yeah.
For some reason, I was like, wow, it's like you're like a solo.
Yeah.
I'm like, this cat used to be. I mean, you reminded me a little bit of them, and I mean, and then the classics. Obviously, you draw, from. I mean, everybody from Dylan, I mean, on up that stood in front of a mic by themselves with an acoustic guitar.
Thank you.
And you wail. I mean, you know.
I do. I sing songs. I do what I can.
And we like it.
Yeah, but as far as guilty pleasure, I don't know. People seem to be surprised.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. What would people be surprised you listen to?
I mean, I really like Bjork, and people usually don't expect that from me, but I mean, I love Bjork. Stuff's great. Her a cappella album is just amazing. It is crazy. But
wow, really?
Yeah,
I'm a fan. I did not know she did.
Got a beatboxer and like 8 or 9 singers, and then one girl that just kind of awkwardly weeps in a microphone, and then she's blasting her awesome vocals over it.
She is incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen the DVD? Just all her video.
Oh, I mean, I've seen a lot of her videos, but I didn't see just a DVD straight of it. Yeah.
I will personally lend that to you.
Yeah.
It's so good.
No.
I'm a huge Sugar Cubes fan too. Her first thing. Oh, so good.
So when did you actually drift into the solo acts, acoustic, the style you've been doing?
Let's see. I think it's been like 3 years I've been playing as Deadeye Zack. And probably a year before that is when I just started working on solo material a little bit. I mean, it kind of was songs I was somewhat planning for Circus Pig is how it started. Mm-hmm. And then, like, Pain, my song, we did with Circus Pig for a while.
Oh, you actually played Pain with Circus Pig? Yeah. I would love to hear that version.
That rhythm section going.
Oh, dude, it was a good time.
I bet.
But
and you did a video for Pain too, right?
A while ago. Yep, yeah, that was like the first random little music video. That was fun, out in the woods, just drinking a bottle of whiskey and being cold.
I was like, I hope that wasn't a real long shoot, because or you had several bottles of those of the Jack that you were holding in
there's just the one bottle,
snowbanks.
Like, don't finish it.
No, they were telling me to drink it. It was nice. Like
drink up. We're just gonna shoot.
I didn't buy the bottle. They were like, what would be great is if you were getting drunk the whole time, and I was like, fuck yeah, give me a bottle.
I think that's I'm no method actor. I need a bottle. Well, what do you think? Should we listen to a little bit of
Why don't we hear a track? from Zach.
Alrighty.
All right, we'll be back.
Wow.
Pain, searing pain, on the rising flame. No one left to blame but me. You're screaming in the shadows of hell, and bell for the final kill. And wait, because the pearly gates ain't for me. The Lord turn his back and lock the gates. Send me to burn that Satan's stake. But remember the days we drank our lives away. Let them rot away. The Lord let them rot away. I found a nice girl gonna settle down. Has a long slim neck to where the bourbon's found her lips. Lips of glass, I sip her down. Then I fell down the well in a drunken haze. I lay there to rot for the rest of my days. Was the Lord, for I was dead and gone. Bye bye. The Lord turns back and lock the gates. Send me to burn that Satan's stake. But remember the days we drank our lives away. Let them rot away. The Lord let them rot away. Souls in the fire, bodies in the hole. Minds in the gutter with the whiskey glass full. Souls in the fire, bodies in the hole. Minds in the gutter with the whiskey glass full. Souls in the fire, bodies in the hole. Minds in the gutter with the whiskey glass full.
We are back. Local grind. What was
Squeaky
that? Are you sure? That was a great intro there, Pat. Awesome.
It was a good
We're
jam.
back. Local grind, Grand Rapids, Michigan. We are with Deadeye Zack. That was the song "Pain," whether you like it or fucking not. That's that was. Let's talk about your songwriting a little bit. You know.
Yeah, usually it starts off with just guitar melodies. I don't know. I do a lot of scatting, and that's how
I did want to
slowly
bring that
builds.
up. There was a couple songs that you do scat,
Yeah.
which is a lost art.
I don't know. That's kind of coming from my Harry Nilsson love. Like,
Wow, really?
yeah,
See, there's another little guilty pleasure right there. I mean,
he's
you
great.
do some cool covers. You do.
I actually know a few Harry
was
Nilsson.
it Towns Van Zandt
Towns
cover I
Van
saw?
Zandt, Waiting Around to Die.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Who else do you like? I mean, I know there's a few, and I'm kind of drawing a blank beyond that. I mean, who else do you do?
Well, from Harry Nilsson, I know how to play. I do his "Think About Your Troubles" from the movie The Point.
Oh yes.
And what else? I mean, I do Willie Nelson's "Can I Sleep in Your Arms Tonight."
Really, I have not heard you do that.
I just started doing that one. I like that one a lot.
Wow.
But
I'm a huge Willie fan.
yeah, I know. I do. What is it? It's like a standard. Usually Frank does it, but I know it best from Chet Baker. The what is it? I Fall in Love Too Easily.
Oh.
But
Awesome.
you know, I also do 16 Tons. That's like the first cover I started doing. All
that
raspy. I get all raspy with it and do 16
I
Tons.
do like that. And you're not afraid to pull out a kazoo.
It
Not at
sounds
all.
so
I
good,
got-
too when you do it.
I got a dad horse experience kazoo. I'm proud to whip that thing out, man. It sounds so good. I love that kazoo.
So, okay, have you played around Michigan? I mean, have you have you been able to hit Detroit and other? I mean, have you?
I haven't hit Detroit too much. I was there once at Corktown.
Okay,
I
nice.
played there with All Night
Tavern?
Tigers
Sure.
and a few other bands, and that was fun. It was a good
fun.
night. But I mean, I go to Dark Horse a few times. I've spent a lot of time in Michigan. Sometimes I get out to Lansing, but yeah. I mean, when I can, when people ask me to, I'll go out.
You go where you need to go.
Yeah.
I like that. Any funny little bit? I mean, I know you're not like super tour dude and throwing groupies out hotel windows or whatever. But any fun stories you want to? I mean, because you to me, I mean, you come off punk rock as fuck. I'm sorry. I mean, and I don't know if you consider yourself a punk rock musician in how you present. I mean, to me, you don't need. Five dudes there. And
it's in the presentation and attitude, but you definitely aren't really doing punk music. But
I don't know. See, I disagree.
It's unique enough to where it's. I would call it. I don't know. I would call it that.
So I mean, what do you? I mean, okay. What do you call yourself in your?
Oh, I have a hard time labeling my music just because usually it spans. I start off usually with my kind of, I call it dumpster jazz swing stuff.
And that's what the street stuff. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, you seem to have experienced life.
A little bit, I have done a lot
at a young age. You seem pretty seasoned and.
Well, you're the street rat. Man.
Yeah. Yep.
Great song too.
That's the easiest song. I could teach it to all of you in like 5 minutes. It's like 2 chords. It's great.
Got those 2 chords.
Really? I honestly don't think you could teach me.
Yeah, don't give him a guitar.
Yeah, I've spent my life.
I'll teach you it on bass. It's
perfect.
Just 1 finger then.
1 finger?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm in.
Have you?
That would be the highlight of like my last 10 years of life, to get up to play bass and for street. Right. What's the name of the song?
Street Rat Strut.
Street Rat Strut.
Yeah,
and it is a beautiful song.
It's already a classic in town.
We should actually really cut into that song right now. We should pull that off and cut into it again.
Yeah, you want to hear it?
Yep. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
We're gonna play that right now.
Yes.
Red eyes, Apache hair, nasty smell and a hole through my ear. I get my dinner in the alleyway and dive in garbage pails all day. You do the street rat strut, street rat strut. Touch my garbage and you're bound to get cut. You do the street rat strut, street rat strut. Now all I need is a street rat slut. Go! Whoa! Spend my days in the alleyway. Ain't much to do when you don't get paid. I used to be a boy, oh so kind, till the street run my mind. You do the street rat strut, street rat strut. Touch my garbage and you're bound to get cut. You do the street rat strut, street rat strut. Now all I need is a street rat slut. Go! Whoa! Woe is me. On the street ain't much company, but a bottle of whiskey is always there when I need. You do the street rat strut, street rat strut. Touch my garbage and you're bound to get cut. You do the street rat strut, street rat strut. Now all I need is a street rat slut. You do the street rat strut, street rat strut. Touch my garbage and you're bound to get cut. You do the street rat strut, street rat strut. Now all I need is a street rat slut. Go! Whoa!
And your shoes too loud. Oh, shit.
We're back.
We're back with the local grind.
I am Ronnie Mack. We are here with Deadeye Zack.
Hello.
Now, Zach, do you have you had a lot of aspirations since starting your solo act to have like a rhythm section? Because I know you do it off and on, but have you ever strived to like, well, I really want to do that, or did you just kind of play with it like you do like?
I've had the idea a few times. It's hard finding committed musicians with like-minded but it's also me. I don't know if I started a band, if I want it to be Dead Eye songs with a band behind it, or like start completely new, fresh. So that's the dilemma I've been in, and it's just so much easier when people ask if I want to play a show. I can be like, yeah. I don't have to ask five people.
As far as touring and actually doing a show, I mean, it's got to be awesome. You roll up with your case, in your backpack with whatever
my
merch you want to give away, and you roll out.
Yeah, I used to carry an amp, but I got too lazy for that. Now it's just
no shame in that. Kid.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Yeah.
I just completely drew a blank right there.
Me too.
Normally I flow pretty.
We did it in sync. You got any gigs coming up?
My next gig is at Tip Top on Saturday, the 12th, with Fish Guts from Goddamn Gallows.
Oh, really?
And Call Me Bronco and Piss Poor Players. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun night. I think it's
that,
$5
that brings
or something.
me into who. I mean, you've played with everybody. I mean,
quite a few. I've been lucky.
A lot. Yeah, you've got to see a lot of great talent, and that's kind of what we're all about: is exposing that the awesome talent that's happening in Grand Rapids in our scene.
Oh, yeah.
And you've been a huge part of it. You're a catalyst. Mm-hmm. You're in between. I mean, you're not afraid to go stand in the other room and play acoustically while the other bands are setting up. You do it, you'll stand on a street corner. I've seen video of you in a garage. There were snowmobiles behind you and shit. Yep. I'm like, this guy will play wherever there's a mic. And that's awesome. Who are you loving in town? Who's in town? Who's making? Who's local? That's killing it.
I mean, I always love seeing Joe shows. He's a good friend of mine, and his music's great.
There's no doubt about the love for Joe here in town. I can't. It's always a pleasure to see him, whether he's playing or not. He's just a good human being, without a doubt.
Yeah,
and he's an awesome musician. And his music's fun.
Yeah,
and and that's you did the live Dodds thing with Joe, which is
Hopefully
we may or may have not just played that track a little bit ago. But Joe, anybody else? Who else rocks your world in town?
I play with Murder Party a lot. I love those guys. I played with Rob last night. He just did a solo Tommy Gun set, but yes, those guys are great.
We saw him at the Crescent House, and you were there that evening.
Yep.
And blew me away. Actually, it was the first time I had seen him, and didn't know what to expect. Had no idea where they were coming from, what their thing was. Blew me away. Yeah. I was super stoked. I'd love to get those cats up in here too.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they'd be down.
They are fun. Just so classic. It was just Clash to me. Mm-hmm. To me, it was just the Clash all day long. I was just like, there's some bite to it. I want to know what they're talking about, and that kind of brings me to, what are you talking about? Are you political?
I mean, not in my songs, and I usually try not. I stay out of it. Usually, it's just an argument, and I try not to. I mean, because the times are hot. The climate in the world is pretty ripe. I mean, a lot of crazy shit going on. So I wondered if that ever gets reflected in your music, or do you try to keep it as escapism? I mean,
a little more personal.
Yeah, I don't know. My songs usually just wrap around me getting dumped and drinking alcohol about it, and then wanting to die. I don't know. That's about it. Yeah. But sometimes walking or barbecues. I mention that every once in a while, but usually don't.
I like that subject matter. Yeah. So you do keep it. You keep it light. You keep it escapism. You keep it personal.
Yep.
And there's absolutely no shame in that game. But.
Yeah.
But what do you listen to on a daily basis?
Oh, man.
I mean, are you? I see a lot of patches, a lot of buttons.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I've seen you sport the Bad Religion hat.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
I used to listen to those
bit.
guys quite a bit.
You like the classic punk rock?
This is the thing. I listen to everything all the time. I switch it around. I mean, lately I've been listening to a lot of different swing, a little bit. I mean,
Nice.
But
I'm a big swing fan. I do.
Yeah.
I loved that moment in what was it, the early '90s, when it was like Big Bag Voodoo Daddy and Cherry Poppin' Daddies. And you had to have a daddy in your name.
Yeah.
But and you it went off. That was a fun time. That was a really. I dug that stuff.
Yeah.
And I love old swing. That is like my household. You talked about Jane's and Chili's. Your mom rocking that stuff on Saturday morning when you're watching cartoons with your brother in your tidy whities and stuff. Yeah. I'm over listening to swing, like Mills Brothers and Tommy Dorsey and all this crazy swing band. So that's fun.
Do you got anything lined up outside of town right now?
Ooh, outside of town. I think I might be playing a show in Indiana, but that's going to be in like a month or two. Okay. But I'm not 100% sure. It's still up in the air. But other than that, it's just in-town stuff mostly. As far as I know, if anyone wants to book me, I'm open.
Please.
Just
World,
contact me.
If you're out there, knock, knock. This man needs to be heard.
Yeah, all you have to do is ask me. I'll play.
He will be there. For sure. And if he needs a ride, I think I'll give it to him. We'll go. We'll hop in the car.
I'm going to hold you to that.
100%. We'll get in the S10. We'll rock it.
All right.
All right, Zach. Let me think. What can you tell us? I mean, okay. I heard this in another interview once. Tell me something true. Something true? Yeah. Isn't that a weird question?
That is a weird question.
I'll give you. It was the answer that said person gave was the first Motley Crue record is really awesome. I was like, wow, that's such a great question.
That's
there was a really good answer. So, tell me something true. I mean, it doesn't have to be about Motley Crue.
Yeah.
or it could be. You could go, hey, number 2, Dr. Feelgood, or whatever the effing record.
Motley Crue was mentioned in a Bikini Kill song. She won a Motley Crue mirror.
Really?
And Carnival.
And that is true.
That's true.
There you go.
That's a true statement.
Yes.
From Zack. How do you pronounce your last name?
Goaty.
Yeah. I didn't want to mispronounce it.
It happens all the time.
So how are we feeling, boys? What do you think? We want to rock?
I think we should get Zach rocking the house.
All right, I'll play some songs.
Oh, that would make me happy. Always
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
We want to thank you so much for coming out.
No, this has been
killer.
Looking forward to the new Star Wars movie.
Oh yeah.
Are you? Are you a Star Wars fan?
I love Star Wars, but I still actually haven't watched the commercial yet, so
I have not seen the trailer yet either. I don't want it to spoil. I'm ready.
do, and it first one I was like, I don't know. I'm still gun shy. Second one, I'm like, okay, I'm getting excited. Third one, I was like, goosebumps.
All right. We're going to make Zach play. Any last shout-outs? Any last people you want to hype in town? Any plugs? Any shows? You are going to be at the Tip Top soon. What's the date on that?
That's the 12th.
The 12th.
Saturday.
Of December.
Yep.
It's a Saturday night. The Tip Top is an effing amazing club. One of our favorites in town. It's a subject we really didn't touch on. I mean, there is a lot of great venues here in town. And you've pretty much got to touch most of them. I mean, you've played, goddamn, every corner, right?
Pretty much.
You've hit the Pyramid
all the dive bars and all the good bars, too.
Mulligan's back room, you've played there. And, I mean, I mean, the sound kind of sucks there, but it's good.
Their sound guy is sitting right here listening to us.
I'm just busting balls. But we are local. We're Grand Rapids. We are the local grind. And
Dead-Eye
this
Zack.
is Dead-Eye Zack. And we thank you so much for coming and sharing some cocktails and libations with us and some stories.
Yeah, thank you.
And let's get to it.
Peace.
I finally found my goal. It's to slowly burn my soul to the ground, spread my ashes around. For this life ain't worth living, yeah. My soul, it ain't been forgiven, 'cause I ain't asked for shit. So I follow him down. Silent scream surrounds as he holds my soul high. He said, "Son, it's your time to die." So I follow him down. Silent scream surrounds as he holds my soul high. He said, "Son, it's your time to die. Your time to die. Your time to die. Your time to